know. Yeah, you cannot see me, the windows is tinted. Yeah, driving around right in that Bentley. Hey, you driving around right in that Bentley. Hey, but your shit, it just be rented. Yeah, but that is none of my business. Money won't stop me, go straight to the top. Believe it or not.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. This is Madden 18 on EA Sports.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Falcons. A great play there. Taking it in. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. They get the stop defensively, force the punt. They score without their offense even stepping on the field. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's loose again. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there. 94 yards. And the Falcons are in for 6. So how about the game he's having? He had the punt return earlier for a touchdown. Now the kick return to balance things out.
And oftentimes, guys who are on punt return and kickoff return, many of them are the same guys. And they're devoted to a return guy who can break big plays.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This is taken at his 4. And he is going to be taken down inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. They find some open field here. And they're going to get this one up past the 25. That good for 22 and a first down. Now they try the right side here. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12. Back to throw. Robbins, and he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Throwing on first down. Robbins. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll bring up second down. Looking to throw. Robbins toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver, and it's third down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Oh, and now he bowls him over. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. There he goes inside the 30. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. Doing it again with his third touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
Well, 3 scores.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. Remember, his first attempt was returned for a touchdown. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's in his zone, second quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. And they'll run it here. And now running right through it. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. And on the ground they go with the running back. And some room to work. And he's brought down. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Back to throw. Robbins looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4. And down the numbers. There he goes. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23
Falcons. A great effort there. 69 yards. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Carolina. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. And they'll go on the ground. Runs over him. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Falcons on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 3. Clean. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And it's taken in at the 9. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So out come the Falcons now. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
For me, that was an example of why offensive linemen might want rearview mirrors at times, because you have your assignments to block, but if you can see what's going on in the backfield and maybe the guy carrying the ball is headed in another direction, it might change what you do up front. But if they can't see that and he's not in sync with what they're doing up front, well, this is when you end up with plays like this. A bad one for the offense, a really good one for the defense.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They get 20 yards there on 3rd and 19 and an unlikely 1st down. Now they'll run it on the toss. Stops shy of the 45 despite some powerful running. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
The Falcons averaged 34 points a game last year, tops in the NFL with that powerful offense, and they're already looking for more. Here's they've got it 1st and 10, and they'll go with a ground attack here. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. And they'll run it here. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
Not an ideal spot to be on first down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Time for us to take a break here in the booth. Here's Bradley Pinion now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Trucks over him. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone. And with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up chunks of yardage and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. First down. Robbins, and he slides to avoid the hit. Call it a pickup of 7, and it's a 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Robbins, and he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. From the gun on 3rd down. Robbins throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, Robbins, and his throw is incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Watch tight end. Tight right. We got 4. All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Throwing again. Robbins. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. Robbins. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Back to throw. Robbins caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. To throw on 2nd down. Robbins throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach and incomplete. The Falcons on third down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, Robbins. And that is caught. He's got his running back downfield. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A big play there. 45 yards. And the Falcons continue to pour it on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Here's Bradley Pinion now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Calling a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands so they can throw people off on the play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
9 yards on the play and a 1st. Down. And they'll go on the ground. And he works free. He juked him. And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Room here to run. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there. 35 yards. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Carolina. He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. He's at the 30, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there. 92 yards, and the Falcons add on. So their backs were against the wall, deep back in their own territory, and they run it all the way down into the end zone.
That takes a lot of coordination for an offensive team, doesn't it? Because, let's face it, it's really not a surprise that they're going to run the ball in that situation. Backed up that close to their own end zone, usually do call running plays, trying to be safe. Instead, it turns into an electric.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Carolina. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And able to break one tackle, but then quick good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
And they'll run it here. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And on the ground they go with the running back. So able to break through the initial contact and then down right near the 25. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
In today's NFL, most teams don't have as many goals for the game like we used to.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And not a good return here. He is brought down at the 7-yard line.
Okay, I wish I could say this from experience, but I have talked to people about this. When you've had a big return for a touchdown, the hardest thing to do the rest of the game is to make good decisions, because after you've gotten one, you expect to get another one. In this case, he needed to tamp back the enthusiasm a little bit.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
Now they'll run it on the toss. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
And he is out of bounds just shy of the 20. Calling a gain of 10, and they pick up the first. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football, and this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins in the offseason. He told me that he asked his running backs each week for their favorite runs. Give me your 3 top runs. And right now, you're seeing a guy that's probably using his top runs to great advantage in this game.
He is in a zone. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. A swift move, but not a ton to show for it. Tackle just on the other side of midfield. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Robbins. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Let's go.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. On 4th down, Robbins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess. Here's Bradley Pena now as he's on to punt for Carolina. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Back to throw. Robbins. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead, 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it. And you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down. Have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Throwing on 1st down. Robbins over the middle. It's caught by Rodgers. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And the wideout in motion. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's brought down. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he'll go down at the 28. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there. 28 yards. And the Falcons continue to pour it on.
Well, this game is definitely...
Now they'll run it on the toss. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover.
A lot of people call the toss a probing play, to see what they can get against the defense, to see how they adjust and react. Their probing's working pretty well. That was a very nice run.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. He flat out can't be stopped. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Carolina. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now this is fielded in the end zone, fighting through. And there he goes again. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading.
And they'll go on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Atlanta, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for Carolina, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings.
Montana.
You know, I'm like, yeah, nice P, you know?
What up, Pink?
Man.
To me, like Jodeci, but don't you be too close to me. Them goons you see, let it go for me. I bring them things, I bring them things. I call them, he bring them things. Mucho, I bring them things. Looking so expensive, rings and things. I bring them things. I bring them things. I bring them things.
Man, you don't want with them, bro. Oh, you, and you better get low. Extorting, you ain't got no friends. Oh, they'll be with that like a Chanel scarf like rainbow. $1,000, this ain't your cloth. You ain't rings is a secret to the youth. Your goals are malnourished. Please spit the juice. Y'all be vaping, I be laden. Yes, y'all be aping. I'm Richard Mill Nation. No diamonds, just tourbillon facing with gears and sprockets with the sapphire casing.
When I pull up, they notice me. Come and talk to me like Jodeci, but don't you be too close to me. Them goons you see, let it go for me. I bring them things, I bring them things. I call them, he bring them things. Mucho, I bring them things. Looking so expensive, rings and things. I bring them things. I bring them things. I bring them things.
Here's a little story about a kid from Morocco. Had to show Carlito I was Benny Blanco. Check it out. Raindrop, all set. Plug, we the outlet. Shot put me in the box. I'm in the box off. All the face shorty, socks off. Mac Miller, Reggie Miller, the killer, Canaries, back stiller, white villa, French vanilla, garage like a kill himself. Lauren Hiller, get up, crib Calabasas on the hill. I had him morning, plate. Beatles on the red carpet. Alcatraz bars, crash cars, ain't no future in front. My homie rip your mask off.
When I pull up, they notice me. Come and talk to me like Jodeci, but don't you be too close to me. Them goons you see, let it go for me. I bring them things, I bring them things. I call them, he bring them things. Mucho, I bring them things. Looking so expensive, rings and things. I bring them things. I bring them things. I bring them things.
Styles on them like it's common sense. Hopped out the Benz like it's common sense. Got a monkey on my feet like it's common sense. Got gorillas in the streets like it's common sense. Stack the money heads up like it's second nature. Gotta stay pulled up like it's second nature. Keep a chip in my hair like it's second nature. Big make me stare like second nature. Says disappear like second nature. On the same block like an hour later. Whole team eating but it's only right. There's a spare plate, but you're the phony type. J-Hus ugly in it. Baby, 1 minute. You're looking wicked. Hey, yo, I started off gentle. My stroke game mental. My lifestyle eventful. I didn't mean to offend you. Fendi belt saying I style like I'm mental. Moving wild and mental. I made another 5 this week. Your money playing hide and seek. I don't even like to speak. I just tell him hi and bye. Slide off automatic, high on die. Doing styles on them like it's common sense. Hopped out the Benz like it's common sense. Got a monkey on my feet like it's common sense. Got gorillas in the streets like it's common sense. Stack the money heads up like it's second nature. Gotta stay pulled up like it's second nature. Keep a chip in my hair like it's second nature. Big make me.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Last week's performance for this guy was nothing to write home about. but he can take comfort in the fact that they did walk away with the win. He'll be hoping to play a much bigger role in the rushing attack in this one and get another win. It's the Falcons going up against the Texans.
All right, thanks, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and NRG Stadium in Houston. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Falcons, they're off to a terrific start, unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change. Set to go now as the punter, Jake Shum, will do the honors. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. First down. Robbins. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Bernardrick McKinney. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. Looking to throw on second down. Robbins. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there at 22. On first and 10, Robbins, and he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Throwing on first down. Robbins able to spin free. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Well, they've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here. Now a handoff looking right. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
No one left in the backfield as they send a man left. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, his second touchdown on the season. So on fourth down, here's Jake Shum to punt it away. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Look at the spin. He's got room to run past the 20. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. And he now can wear the crown for the best ball carrier in a single season.
And think of who he has passed to get here. And being able to stay healthy, get enough carries, get great support from his offensive line and receivers blocking for him. But best of all, this is one talented individual that now has the record.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he's able to hold on to the football.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Halfback sent in motion. On 4th down, Robbins. Look, there he goes, left side. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. 46 yards. And the Falcons are in for 6. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss. Gets that run out.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. He'll field this at the 5. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
All right, here we go.
Now they try the right side here. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. A gain of 3, second down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Looking to throw. Robbins. And he's got Rodgers. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And now here's a carry heading left. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation...
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put the scores.
Here's Jacob Shum now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily, when you set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it?
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit. Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that'll help set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
Let's go. 3-19.
And they'll run it here. And he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
And on the ground they go with a running back. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A reminder with halftime approaching, when we get there, we'll ship you off to Orlando. Larry Ridley will have first-half highlights and analysis.
I hope he's iced down his throat because he's got a lot to get through because we've had no shortage of points scored in the first half.
It has been a fun track meet. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
Let's go.
Back to throw. Robbins, and that is incomplete. Here's the punter, Shum, to send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Fighting him off. So we've reached halftime in a wide. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Most players will tell you that night games, while they can be fun, they're really hard to prepare for because you wake up on game day and all you want to do is get to the stadium and let's get going. But you got to bank that fire a little bit and hold it until the evening. It's almost like a Broadway premiere. Got to wait until the nighttime to go out there in front of the bright lights. And boy, has he harnessed himself really well, and now he's unleashing it on the opponents.
Now a handoff as they run left side. Strong run, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And now here's a carry heading left. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd down. Robbins. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Touchdown, Falcons. A great play there. 41 yards. And the Falcons have taken the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their team. Here's Jacob Shum now as he's on to punt for Houston. good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And now running right through. All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down.
Well, plenty of credit has to go to the guy carrying the ball. He broke the tackle and gained the yardage. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the defender's bad. They're not going to make 100% of the tackles all the time. Even the best in the game will miss one occasionally. The key is not to let it snowball and miss tackle after tackle. On that play, credit to the offense, but that doesn't make the defense bad.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football.
Here we go now.
And he'll go on the ground. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. He loses 5 full yards to bring up 4.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
On 4th down, Robbins. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Jay Gruden's guys unable to... Set to go now is the punter, Jake Shum, will do the honors. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
So 2nd and 10 here. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. And he's got some space here. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now they try the right side here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line in a series of really good ones tonight. But I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a lot like a baseball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
Now a handoff looking right. Oh, he's got some breathing room. 20. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. 48 yards. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And he's gone 2-2 on us now. Had 2 receiving touchdowns, now his 2nd rushing touchdown.
And that's the
Here's the punter, Shum, to send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he's got room. boom, and he's got daylight. It's a foot race past the 20. And the Atlanta Falcons are in for the touchdown. A big-time special teams play here in the fourth quarter to extend their lead.
And coaches preach it all the time. If you can score on special teams, your chances of winning the game really jump up in a big way. Now, I'll let our analytics friends quantify it and give us the exact numbers, but that's what coaches talk about all the time, that extra momentum, that extra bounce you get from a special team score.
I don't have any analytics friends. Those are your friends.
I'll claim them.
So they're going to go for 2. Now a toss going left. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. And quite a bit of razzle-dazzle and electricity on that return. It goes for 97 yards. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Fielded about a yard deep. And some room to roam now. And he's loose again. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there. 101 yards. And the Falcons will add on to their lead.
Again, helping partner, I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games in a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at about the 28. Look at the spin.
Balance.
A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. And here now come the Falcons. Now, last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Powers through him. They can't tackle him. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a pickup of 19 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Oh, what a juke into space. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give him 14 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. And they'll go with the ground attack here. Whoosh. There he goes. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. 38 yards. And the Falcons will extend their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons will add on to their lead.
And while no one on the offensive line will get the 6 points next to their name, they should.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And, Charles, in a very one-sided affair, I think we reached the point in the broadcast where you and I, we may have some filling to do, right?
Yeah, I think you're right about that, because we got to try and keep people around. We don't want to change the channel. Stay with us in this game. Is that Ben Ramsar? Are you?
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. 25 yards. And the Falcons add on.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Here's Jacob Shum now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. And some space here. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the fourth.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs. And they'll run it here. It's a room to maneuver. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. And on the ground they go with a running back. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And they'll go on the ground. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there. Set to go now is the punter, Jake Shum, will do the honors. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They have the big cushion. Here in the final stages of this one, I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road.
And a loose football, and the Texans scoop it. Here's the punter, Shum, to send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. They find some open field, and there he goes again. The 30, 10, 5, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You see,
a big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Falcons, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Texans, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night, everybody.
sound. Oh, are you listening? Oh, you gotta hit the ground. Ain't no chain gonna hold me down. Dig deep, feel the burn. I've got a calling, so I should learn. I heard a voice of this broken hymn saying, nah, this is who I am. I know you ain't there yet. Don't stop to catch your breath. You're going higher, 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 higher. Let go, set me free. Got the streets all I need. We're going higher, 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 higher. Keep running. Keep running. Keep running. Feel the flame. Hold on, I can make it rain. Oh, do you hear the thunder? No, don't let it bring you down. Look up and see the light. You're not alone, don't give up like that. Oh yeah, got a ways to go. Break that wall, let the spirit flow. I know you ain't there yet. Don't stop to catch your breath. You're going higher, 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 higher. Let go, set me free. Got the streets all I need. Going hey, 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 hey. Keep running. Keep running. Keep running. Keep
Yeah. Young Gerald. Yeah. Yeah. Die line with the boom pow. Every week now I switch to a new style. 212s in the back just blew out. Everything I do end up in the news now. Yeah. Lead a club with a few now. Just some Hollywood and they do. I'm in the mood now. 2 a.m. What you wanna do now? What you wanna do now? Little baby pass. Don't spill on me, that's Margella. Got this Oakland game to tell her. She look familiar. Like Coachella, what's her name? Isabella, forget it, yeah. It's like a week ago, but we both know how weekends go. Tryna function, got some places we could go. Lot y'all got me speaking slow like, yeah, I'm blessed. I don't GA, I'm tryna, yes on yes. Say less. Say less. You ain't no. Say less. Yeah. Say less. Hey girl, what it do? If you got friends, cool, bring a few through. No fun if the homies man. R.I.P. Nate Dogg, this too true. And you know what I'm down for. Round 2, round 3, and a round 4. Mood switch when she knocked at the front door. Next up was the uproar. Yeah, was like a week ago, but we both know how weekends go. Tryna tuck off, got some places we could go. Swear she got the like wow, she's blessed, I'm blessed. I don't GA, I'm tryna yes on yes. Say less. Say less. You ain't go. Say less.
Sheesh. What you saying? I don't understand. I'm out my mind. I popped. Sheesh. I swear this lock shot got me stuttering. Girl, you not fall in love again. Sheesh. Get it. My favorite rush. You talkative, ain't gotta say too much. Be quiet. Who got some grapes? I'm trying to. conversation. Please say less. Please say less. Please say less.
I'm blessed, I'm blessed. I don't GA. I'm tryna. Yes on, yes on, yes on, yes. Say less. Say less. You ain't got, you ain't got, you ain't go. Say less. Say less. Say less. You ain't got, you ain't got, you ain't go. Say less.
Yeah, you know I've been ballin'. Ay, yeah, you know I've been ballin'. Ay, every day I'm shot callin'. I'm a spray, make it rain just to let you know I've been ballin'. Ay, yeah, I've been ballin'. Yeah, just to let you know I'm ballin'. I'm a spray, make it rain just to let you know. Tell her ain't to get up on my face. Yeah, I've been ballin' since like yesterday. Yeah, all this money all up in the way. Yeah, all this money in the way. You know that I'm walking with the bank. Yeah, water, diamond on my ring. You know that I'm rockin', feel the blue. You know that, yeah, you know I've been ballin'. Ay, yeah, you know I've been ballin'. Ay, every day I'm shot callin'. I'm a spray, make it rain just to let you know I've been ballin'. Ay, yeah, I've been ballin'. Yeah, just to let you know I'm ballin'. I'm a spray, make it rain just to let you know. Yeah, you cannot see me, the windows is tinted. Yeah, driving around right in that Bentley. Yeah, she know I'm a rock star. Looking at my chain, on my diamonds rock hard. Turned the way up, I ain't getting tired. And if you wanna race, then we gonna ride. Yeah, you know I've been ballin'. Ay, yeah, you know I've been ballin'. Ay, every day I'm shot callin'. I'm a spray, make it rain just to let you know I've been ballin'. Ay, yeah, I've been ballin'. Yeah, just to let you know I'm ballin'. I'm a spray, make it rain just to let you know.
On my shoulder, I don't lack. Getting with the business, I don't scrap. Even when I'm far, I'm so easy ride, but there's no car and no match. What you talking about? Clown, stand down. Never had a thing, never had a pound. You were never bad then, you ain't bad now. Never had them, then look back down. Wait, I saw bare kicks, saw bare clothes. Said not that, I can't wear those. I don't like them, they're not my thing. They went silent, they're all weirdos. Like yeah, things gone clear. Never had a Tom Ford or a Montclair. big man, them a calm, but you see my don there. Tell them don't do it, don't dare. Don't care who you know from my block. You're not Al Capone. They can take my car and my creps. I'll still do the road in my socks. Like who's gonna stop me? You, him, little man. I got blue slims. Don't be an idiot. Move smart. I've been killing it. New king. You ain't ready for my new stuff. You're a boy by yourself. Go and group up. And when Crep went states for the BTs, I was covering Crep like a boot cut. If mad, it's a family thing. Straight family thing. Dumb man, I bro, no salary thing. Had a young thing called Amy telling me to come round hers on a Valerie thing. Hashtag Murky Academy thing. You were like art and the gallery thing. Dumb boy there wanna chat about bars, wanna chat about. You're getting way too big for your boots. You're never too big for the boot. I got the big size toes on my feet. Your face ain't big for my boots. Kick up the you. Man, know that I kick up the you. Them boy there try to suck the truth. How dare you to suck the truth? Look, I'm too hot. I got money in my shoebox. I'm the man of the house and my show sold out like the brother from the Boondocks. Speak swan in my boombox. Still meat from the stew pot. And I'm going sick on my tune drops. Little man, that's a hooplo, not a hoopla. What? Pronounce it right. I got magic, I'm down to die for this. I don't care what I'm down for. Man, stress, so I'm down to lie my sleep sweat. I'm down to ride for flips. Blue G's gonna ride around to this. Man, I got no time to write at this. I never left my 9 to 5 for this waste man thing. I don't care what rave man say. I came here to relax, but if it gets mad, make a young boy take man's things. Try to tell me I'm way too big to rebel. Nah, man, you're never too big to rebel. I was in the O2 singing my lungs. But you're never too big for a Dell. Leave my yard, blow a kiss to my girl. Salute to my sister as well. Gotta keep trophies down at my mum's bit. Man, I'm getting way too big for my show. Man, I see bare MCs in the sideline, but I still got a couple bangs in the pipeline. Man, I got grown men at me. You're getting way too old for the timeline. You're getting way too old for this. Should've looked after your kids. Get out the booth, go home to your son. It's never too late to commit. It's like man, I put my name in a random flag, get a plane to guitar. This year I learned how to take care of business. Next year I learn how to play the guitar. You're getting way too big for your boots. You're never too big for the boot. I got the big size toes for my feet. Your face ain't big for my boots. Kick up the you. Man, know that I kick up the you. Them boy there try to suck the truth. How dare you to suck the truth? Look, you're getting way too big for your boots. You're never too big for the boot. I got the big size toes for my feet. Your face ain't big for my boots. Kick up the you. Man, know that I kick up the you. Them boy there try to suck the truth. How dare you to suck the truth?
2020 models. Smiling in my grave, fresh to death. I've been Wu-Tang with a spectral deck. Yeah, I got that. I gotta just get off my chest. I cannot miss it. I last time I listen, you next. Take it how you want it. I ain't famous like I want it, but I think I might just skirt off. Blow the speakers and turn up. Pop up. Go to church with my shirt off. Tell the Lord that I'm here now. I've been waiting for so long. I've been patient for so long. Breaking rules like there's no laws, and I did it for a long time. If you don't like me, take a ticket. There's a long line. Nice to meet me. I think the pleasure's all mine. They've been clocking me so long. I think they lost time. Ooh, you lost. What you mean? Woo! What you mean? Woo! And now just a... So what you mean? Woo! Hold up. Whoa. What you mean? Woo! Don't know what you think it compare me to. Adrenaline pumping, the blood will be leaking and run. Yeah. I do what I do, I don't care if you like it or love it. Tell all of my I got a new girl. You tell them the bank and I wanted my money in hundreds. I'm tired of living on the edge. I want it, they gon' call the feds. I just bought it, cost an arm and leg. My mama told me take it back and get a job instead. Where's your common sense? Me and the devil got too much in common, I swear. Yeah. Born in the ghetto, I never had nothing to fear. Take it how you want it. I ain't famous like I want it, so I might just throw it if you fit. Call up Cassie after she broke up with Diddy, yeah. I told Shorty, get you talking, I ain't. And she gon' call her friends up and we did one. I ain't in the talking, go chop off your lips. If I ain't in your top 10, go go for bridge. My black boys that knock off your lid. I thought you gon' pop off, so hop off my. What you mean? I said, what you mean? Listen, I don't trust a soul. No, I said, what you mean? Whoa. I said, what you mean? You thought I was finished, you thought it was over. You thought I retired, you thought I was fishing for gold. I'm still as ill as considered as one of the coldest. Still a put up on the rapper here like Moses. I'm throwback like I'm rolling. I'm cooler than a cup of yogurt. Black boy, truck soldier. I'm cool with laws and ayatollahs. Rap gods like props and ogre. I'm King Kong, ain't nobody told you. You think broke still. And by the Brown, about to go get. Call my corner, I'm rich. I'm Muhammad Ali, I'm talk. I'm James Brown, about to tear down this. I'm Michael Jackson, the baddest bag, won't get it. What you mean?
Numbered up like V-Ram Monovic. Sorry, homie, you know we done friends is off of politics. Never get the secret, really running. Now you know who running. You rappers on punishment. Papa dog, they be lying on they rebel. Everybody scared a little linky man is evident. Feeling like 50 way back in 03 OD. Talk about millions of mother. 301 screaming 4-4, want my Louis. Papa tags by the mode. Don't they have me? Pretty much. For what going? Black and yellow with the boots and the gold suit. We had the go last week. We don't really care who got last week. Riding up the meter, plugging, really bumping me. Cause I'm bad. You don't want no problems with a GD, CBG. I'm the king of the street. I never had to struggle when it to a feet. Always 10 toes, so it's hard to twice, you gon' get peace. Anybody ever ask what happened with the bitch? Running from they